Good morning. Good morning. Just starting a little early here. Wait and see if anybody else comes on. My name is Jodie Fitzgerald. I am a licensed family dog mediator. I am the CEO and founder of Fitz Your Dog Training, and I am just so proud and excited to be a part of the change that is happening for dogs and to be in this movement that is focusing on the welfare of the dog and learning about emotions and how to live together and giving dogs what they really need and understanding dogs at a much deeper level. It's so fantastic at helping dogs and helping us to understand what we need to do and to support dogs to be successful in our homes, in our lives, and in this world, because it doesn't take much to really think about it to know that dogs were not bred to be in a house. Their genetics were not made that way, and so many of them were not made that way. Had a job to do, and they had to work more to find their food and stuff. So it's just we've created such a different world, and we get to find out what our dog needs, what the dogs we're supporting need, and to help them to foster their personality and their autonomy so that they can thrive. So one of the topics, hi, I see people joining on Instagram. Thank you. I wanted today to talk about barking. Barking is one of the top complaints that people have about dogs. And it's really an interesting topic. I just right away want to say that no matter what, when you look at barking by itself, it's just not something. It's really a whole bunch more than just barking. There's so much going on for every dog. If we take a look at ourselves and when we talk, how much we talk in different voices, different animations, different energy, all these things that we are doing all the time. Dogs are doing it too. Dogs are barking. Their bark is different levels, different intensity. Their body is totally a part of that communication and the experience, whatever is going on when a dog is barking. So I just would really like you to think about that the dog is usually barking for, like we're saying, a variety of reasons, at a variety of levels, at a variety of length, with different varieties of energy. It can be happy, can be scary, can be protective. They can be, it's just so many things that a dog is sometimes even just unsure, right? They bark. So, and sometimes dogs learn when they bark, things move away, like when they bark at the mailman. So they bark, the mailman moves. They've now learned that mailman is going to move away. They've successfully had something get out of the range by barking and doing the behavior. So I really want you to think about and encourage the first thing really is thinking about, the body language and the difference in the fact that it's huge variety in just barking topic itself. Then I want you to think about how important it is for the dog for you to acknowledge whatever it is the dog is barking at. It's such it sounds simple, and it actually can be quite, if you make it fun, especially, and make it a conversation. The dog is barking at something for a reason. It can be anything. It could be a smell, it could be a sound, it could be something they're seeing. It could be, maybe a pylon suddenly was placed somewhere. I know my dog, somebody can be visiting. This is funny. I just thought of this. Somebody can be visiting and they can be here for a while, and then all of a sudden they seem to notice their vehicle in the driveway again. Then they start barking again. So it's just helping them through acknowledging. You have to acknowledge. It's so important to let the dog know that you're in with them. Hey, yes, I see it. There's something there, or I hear it, or getting into it. What is it? They're really not doing it. Dogs don't bark just to drive you crazy, as much as we think they do. It's really much more than that, and they are communicating, and we need to acknowledge it, and we need to pay attention that it's real. If we just shut it off by putting a wall or training to redirect, very common, be training to just redirect. The dog is never, you're never acknowledging that something's there in the first place. And I can't even imagine how confusing that would be to a dog. If the dog is really concerned about something and they want to tell you, they're, for whatever reason, maybe in their genetics, they're just, there's something there, and we just say, no, it's not, I'll come over here. That just must be so confusing for dogs. It just, the dog doesn't, they must think that there's definitely no communication. There's a lot, there'll be a disconnect if your dog, if you're not acknowledging that your dog is seeing something. And so the difference is when you do acknowledge the dog, it does something for the dog. It makes the dog not feel like they're bonkers. It's you can offer like when the dog, when you're saying, yes, it is there, I see it. Like I have done, my Hogan is the best dog in the world example. You know, just acknowledging it's there, he will slow down his barking. We communicate about it. It actually will become, the dogs will come to you if there's something barking. If you acknowledge all the time, yes, I see something, they will come to you. They'll bark and they'll come to you, and you acknowledge it, they're happier. It's just like totally helps them. And if you let them know it's okay, it's not a big deal, that even helps them more. So it is a little bit involving. It takes a bit of practice and planning. Adding simple words. Mr. Rogers is a great way that we say it. Yes, it's just a worker. Oh, it's just this. Putting it into a simple routine and pattern for the dog. It just can make it so different. Hogan, he, like I say, he's my best example. He came to us freaking out on everything in the world, anything and everything happening. Never mind somebody trying to enter the house, which has just like incredibly improved, but it took a long time and a lot of work and management. But just acknowledging the things outside to him have changed the world for him. He doesn't, he can sit in the front window for hours and hours now without freaking out on everything, where he used to bark his head off, and he would get all the other dogs going and cause a big rush to the outside door sometimes. Like it was a fiasco, and it is still sometimes if I don't manage it, but generally it's not. He comes to me if he's concerned. Just really recognizing and spending the time. The other thing I wanted to mention was practicing the calmness, practicing your own calmness in your own mindset, in staying in the moment. That's because if your dog starts barking, if you see somebody walking down the street and you go, uh-oh, even from your living room, even a little twitch or anything, your dog is going to know, they're going to start barking. Now you're already worked up. It kind of becomes a circle, and the dog starts feeding and feeding off that energy. And then sometimes when you join in and start, trying to tell the dog to stop and be quiet, they think you're just joining in on the fun of barking whatever it is at the window that was going by. So it's not really a very good way to help the dog stop being barking and being excited and reacting to whatever it is seeing outside, for whatever reasons, which are probably genetic, why it would be doing it in the first place. But just being calm, helping with being calm and giving that dog that opportunity, acknowledging it. If you get the opportunity and the dog's not going to bite, rubbing the chest. I will always tell people, rubbing the chest on a dog without being over, like don't be confining, just doing it on the outside, just in an outside way. So the dog's over here. Actually, I have one of my dogs showing. It really, really helps the dog through something like that. So just acknowledging it. And then I wanted to add, like an example would be like a Jack Russell Terrier who just has to get to everything out that window. And if you acknowledge it and talk about it with the dog, you can even, with Hogan, even too, as a yes, good dog. Yes, I see it. Good job. Yes, I see it. They really need encouragement, positive encouragement, and letting them know when they are doing things right, and alarming us because they have an alarm system that is baked in. They're made to alert us to things. They want to communicate things to us. So if we acknowledge it, it can just help that process, right? They've done their job. Good job. You barked. You let me know. Good job. And help bring them right down and bring them back to the level that, okay, we're still, doesn't mean you can pretend it's not there. when you first start, it's easier if you just do a bit of acknowledging, and then you go to do something else, redirect to something else, to doing another game or something. And the final point that I would like to add is that for many dogs, if you do have a really reactive dog, and reactive is a bad word, barky, there's so many, it's a label. I feel like it's a label for dogs. Um, Reactive, I mean, every action is a reaction. Even no action is a reaction in my eyes. So no matter what the dog is reacting to, or wanting to do, it's always good to have some enrichment to realize your dog's breed. Take a look at their genetics. So many dogs like to sniff. If you spend, my best thing to say to, and especially if you only have one dog, I do multiple dog management, lots. So things have to be done a little differently when you have more dogs. But if you have one dog, do some scattered feeding. Just throw some kibble and let the dog sniff and find it for a while. Like just searching and with their nose can be so beneficial. They can be more tired, so tired. The brain is so happy and tired from getting to do this fun, natural activity of searching and finding and getting to eat something good, or being successful, even if it's with toys. They can be less reactive to care less about the person going by. They're going to be with you like, yeah, it is somebody going by. Okay, let's go do this. And they can learn easily to not even need to go do anything, to just like, yep, this is it. Okay, good job. And you walk away. It doesn't have to be as hard as you think. It just takes some planning. It takes some thinking and being creative and learning and watching your dog. What was that other word? Notice it. Notice your dog's behavior. Just sitting back and watching and learning things about your dog are huge. What your dog likes to do, what your dog pays attention to, toys your dog likes to play with. If your dog asks for a little attention, sometimes 5 minutes, a bit of rub, and they're happy as pie and they go off. So it's really getting to learn and to notice your dog and learn your dog. And this is just like such a small part of the conversations that I am getting going in my community, the community for Paws and Hearts Club, because it's all about dogs. Dogs are just, I feel like they're always trying to communicate with us, and they're just sitting there waiting to communicate and to connect with us. And they're doing their very best because they've got these instincts and these protection factors, things that we don't even, think about. People don't even think about. And I want everybody to be able to understand dogs better. And I know that we can have a better relationship with all dogs when we really focus on understanding what dogs really are, what they need from us, to help them be successful in our environment, in our world. That's just so heartwarming, the thought of being able to do this and spread the news and spread the word. And oh my goodness, thank you, ladies, joining. And I feel good about this today. I'm very excited. I have my 10 o'clock meeting. I moved my clock. 10 o'clock meeting of the Friday episode of the solutions and hacks. Hacks is a funny word, but I tell you, it is hacks. It's hacks that I've been doing for years and years before I even became a licensed mediator. Now we just have more ways of talking about them as hacks. They're just simple, easy ways, solutions to help dogs in life. And I would love anybody to please check it out if you want to know more, if you're interested in learning a little bit more about what I can offer you in the Paws and Hearts Club, what you can get out of it, what I can help you more. Dogs are a priority, and I'm so proud to be a part of this movement that is changing how we understand and live with dogs, because dogs are amazing. And I thank you for listening. And give your dog, lead with love. Lead with love.